Alright, Shalom Akim. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakah Kwadash, double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the Akim, the Afwakim, and the Wafbanyam that are in order. And shout out to the House of David. Man, yeah, this video is going to be on the COVID-19. This thing is building up momentum and picking up momentum. Despite what Donald Trump says, it might just go away, you know. That's wishful thinking. But let's get into this. I'm going to let Tariq Nasheed break down his own observation, which I do agree with the observation that he saw, and it's very plain to see, you know. So I'm going to hit some scriptures, but I'm going to let Tariq Nasheed break down some of the keen observation and keeping his ear to the ground. Without further ado,
is this bio-warfare? I mean, there's a lot of things we can look at this and you know, try to figure out what's really going on with it. How is it being spread? Is this, you know, could this possibly be bio-warfare from China? I think the U.S. might be looking at it in that respect. Could this be a form of bio-warfare? They're making it seem like it's an out-of-control disease, but could it be bio-warfare? Yeah? Could it be? It's real shit. Is this a way for them to say, okay, look, China, we're going to shut you down for a minute? We can't let folks from China come through like that. I know, again, when I've gone to the doctor, they ask you, they're like, hey, by the way, you ain't been to China nowhere soon. Yeah, you ain't been to China, have you? Well, no. So we got to watch this stuff. But what's interesting about this corona thing is that the way people are talking about the virus not spreading in Africa, look at some of the articles that are coming out. And I posted these earlier. Let me show y'all these. This is very interesting. Look at the wording of this. It's like, with only 3 official cases, Africa's low coronavirus rates puzzles health experts. I've seen a couple of headlines like this. That's very interesting. Like, why are you puzzled? Because of the low infection rates out there in Africa. That's a very interesting, it's very interesting the way they worded that. It's very interesting the way they're puzzled by that. You're puzzled that people aren't getting the disease? Like it's a bad thing. Because remember, a few weeks ago, like I think it was a month ago, they were talking about, oh yeah, Bill Gates and everybody, we're getting prepared. Oh, it's about to hit Africa. Oh, that corona, we got to go out there because it's about to hit Africa hard. I'm like, okay, that's real strange. How do you know? How do you know it's about to hit Africa? Remember, about a month ago, they were talking about how it's about to hit Africa. That sounded real weird. How do you know it's about to hit? What are you talking about? That sounded real weird. And then, I mean, there's a lot of articles like this. There's another one. Where is it? It says the coronavirus. Where is it? Okay. Hold on. Let me do this. Pull up this page. Experts ask, why Africa seems to have few cases? Okay. Why does it sound like a, hold on. Why Africa seems to have few cases? This sounds like a complaint. That's real weird. The coronavirus is spreading fast beyond China, but sub-Saharan Africa, the world's most vulnerable regions, has so far been almost spared, and experts want to know why. Nigga, it sounds like a failed mission or something. Why are they talking like this?
and if you throw Bill Gates in the midst, we all know what Bill Gates is about. We all know what Bill Gates is about. This population control. So these are some interesting questions, and like I say, some good questions, Tariq Nasheed, and some good observations. It's early days yet, but these are good questions to be asking, you know. When you hear about these people and what they're capable of, we know what they're capable of. And the Bible observe. I want to bring out one or two scriptures. I'm going to bring out this scripture now in Exodus, because we're seeing these things, man. We're seeing the locusts. We're seeing the locusts. We're seeing the plagues, as it mentioned in Matthew. And we've seen in those days, man. What plagues did we have to go through in the days of Egypt when the slaves were back in Egypt? We had a couple of plagues, multi to about 10 plagues. So the plagues were water turning into blood, frogs, lice, flies, livestock, pestilence. This COVID-19, what is this one? It's the pestilence. Boils, hells, locusts. We've seen the locusts. Darkness, yeah, we've seen darkness off and on multiple times, and the killing of the firstborn child, of Pharaoh's firstborn. And we're seeing killing. So you might say these things are back here today, man. And Exodus 8 says, yeah, these plagues and all these plagues what was brought upon Egypt, you could say they're back here today. So these are interesting questions that I'm asking, and Tariq Nasheed is asking, and people are asking. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, Exodus 8:1 said, and the Lord spoke unto Moses, go unto Pharaoh and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me. Right. Jump down to 22, and it says, and I will serve in that day. I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there to the end. Thou mightest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth, and I will put a division between my people. That's what he's saying there. It doesn't seem to be hitting those places up there in Africa, and Bill Gates seems to be, puzzled. And it might even be a complaint. And I will put a division between my people, and they people tomorrow shall this sign be. And the Lord did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies unto the house of Pharaoh, and unto the servants' houses, and unto the land of Egypt. And the land was corrupted by reason of the swarms of flies. And Pharaoh called to Moses and for Aaron, and said, go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. Yeah, so we get an idea. Early days yet, like I say, it's early days yet, but we get an idea if the Most High wanted to create a division where it's only going to affect all the people that he wants it to affect, and he wants to protect his children, he can do so. He has the power to do so. I'm going to let it carry on.
That sounds like a complaint. They're like, well, shit, why isn't it working? That's interesting. That's a very interesting way they're wording this thing. It's very interesting the way they're wording this. Yeah? And that reminds me of that story out here where in Maryland there was an airborne disease that was only attacking white people. Remember that clip I would post up from back in the day? There was a disease out there, some kind of weird airborne disease that was only attacking white people in a part of Maryland. It was only attacking white people. It wasn't hitting black folks. It would like literally skip over black folks, and it was attacking white people. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that. And by the way, don't forget to get your tickets for the Foundation of Black American Conference this June. We're having it in June. Okay, I can't find that article. Okay, so many different articles coming up right now. But yeah, there was a this disease that was only attacking white people. Was it in Pennsylvania? Okay, was it? Okay, it was Pennsylvania. Okay, I'm thinking Maryland, but it was yes, it was Pennsylvania. My bad. It was Pennsylvania. Hold on one second. Okay, where is that? Okay, yeah, it's I can't find it now. Yeah, I can't find it now. because when I try to punch that in, there's a bunch of stuff about the coronavirus keeps coming up. So, okay. But yeah, that's a very interesting thing. Now we got to be careful, because when a disease comes out and they start saying, okay, we got the cure for it, and the cure is going to be such and such amount of money, and only a certain group of people can afford the cure, we got to watch out for stuff like that. Yeah, we got to watch out for stuff like that. Non-tuberculosis microbacteria. Let me look that up real quick. Okay, hold on. Okay, yes. Let me see if I can find that news article. Non-tuberculosis. Some kind of real weird lung disease, and it was only attacking white people out there in Pennsylvania. Where's the news article? See, now they're not showing the articles or the newscast where it was only, they admitted that it was only attacking white people, it was skipping over black folks. So I'm looking at the thing now. Hold on. In NTM cases. Okay, where the hell, man? Hold on, let me see something. I could have swore it was Maryland, though, but okay, I can't find the article now. I can't find the thing now. It's on Melanoid Nation, yeah. But that's what it is, man. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this. Hold on. God damn, I'm trying to hit that Melanoid Nation link. Hold on. Okay, let me see if I can find it here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, and I used to play this all the time, but let me find it. Thank y'all for giving me the link. Okay. Let me play this real quick. Thank y'all for helping me find it, because shit. Okay. Okay, let me play y'all this real quickly. And I played this several times before, but I want y'all to see this.
A medical mystery is being investigated in Montgomery County. It's a lung infection that has been linked to water.
Health reporter Stephanie Stahl says the illness is rare, but the number of patients is growing.
The unlikely victims are white, thin, postmenopausal women who live in affluent neighborhoods around the main line.
It's frightening, I think.
It's a lung infection similar to tuberculosis that's caused by a bacteria found all over, in soil, the air, and mainly in water.
This is in all of our water. We're all exposed to it every day when we take a shower. This is being researched very extensively right now.
Mainline health pulmonologist Leah Landy does not want to cause unnecessary hysteria, emphasizing that the lung infection called non-tuberculous mycobacteria, or NTM, is very rare. She treats about 100 patients a year. Symptoms include a cough and fatigue.
All of this white area, that's all
Okay, let me get to the
infection.
nitty-gritty.
Others that have been undiagnosed for several years.
Dr. Landy says the bacteria can be especially dangerous when it's aerosolized in the shower or from a humidifier, even with dirt that blows in the air.
I didn't know what NTM was. I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Philip Lippman says he learned
But she's in my heart.
Oh, let me get to the
She's with
nitty-gritty.
our children.
But not everyone is at risk. Doctors say African Americans and people who are overweight tend not to get NTM, but this bacteria that causes it is everywhere. So the question is, why do only certain people get the infection?
Oh, and they tried to throw a little shade. Black people and people who are overweight, but thin and affluent white people get it. See, they tried to throw some shade on it. Let me play that. Hold on. They tried to be slick, associate black with fat. They were trying to be slick.
She's with our children.
But not everyone is at risk. Doctors say African Americans and people who are overweight tend not to get NTM, but this bacteria that causes it is everywhere. So the question is, why do only certain people get the infection?
Well, a medical mystery is.
So yeah,
Yeah. Why do only certain people get the infection? It happened in the days of Egypt. Exodus 9. And this is not a reach, man. This. If the Most High wanted to do it, He can do it, man. The scripture goes into it. 25 of Exodus 9 says, and the Hail smote throughout all of the land of Egypt, and all that was in the field, both men and beasts. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and broke every tree of the field. 26. Only the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. Right, if the Most High wanted to do so, if he wanted to bring COVID-19 to take out the wicked, the Edomites, which, as he goes into, there was that thing called non-tuberculosis that only affect the middle-aged white people, and as healthy as they may have thought they were coming down with this thing that was causing them all kinds of problems, man. And they said the water wasn't helping it. As a matter of fact, it was being transformed through the water, and that was only affecting Edomite people. So if he did it then, if the Most High did it then, the Most High can do it again. And if he can do it in the days of Egypt, cause a separation,